Welcome to Monona Community Media's Know Your Candidates interviews, co-sponsored by the League of Women Voters of Dane County. I'm your league moderator, Jim Kane, and I would like to introduce Jessica Ace, running for one of the three-year terms on the Monona Grove School Board. To begin with, you will have 3 minutes to give an opening statement, which answers the following question. What educational, vocational, or civic experience do you have which qualifies you for this office, and why are you running for the Monona Grove School Board?
Hi, my name is Jessica Ace. I moved my family into Monona in about 2005, right around the time that my oldest son was about to begin kindergarten. And one of the reasons why we made the decision to move here was in large part due to the excellent reputation of the Monona Grove School District. Now, many years later, my son is 15, Augustus, and is about to finish his first year as a freshman, hopefully only year, as a freshman at the high school. My middle guy, Avery, is a 6th grader at Glacial Drumlin, and my daughter, Evelyn, is 4 and is in the 4K program at Winnequa Elementary. So we really have kids across the entire spectrum of the Monona Grove school experience. The Monona Grove school community has really been a very important part of my life and very important part in the lives of my children. And it is very crucial to me to give time and energy back to that school community. I think that was one of the biggest reasons why I decided to first run for the school board in 2009 when I was first elected. And again, I ran in 2012 for my second term. I've served on the school board as the vice president for the last 5 years in a row, was the chair of our community relations committee, which is now defunct, and am currently the chair of our personnel committee. I've also volunteered extensively in my children's schools, both in the classroom and in their school libraries. Was a longtime special events volunteer at the Monona Public Library. In addition, I was a longtime member of the Monona City Park and Recreation Board and have served on various committees for the city. And I'm very proud to say I'm also the founding organizer, one of the founding organizers of the Monona Family Fall Festival, which has grown to be a very successful event. Professionally, I work in the sphere of creating community and collaboration between the education and business community by working with apprenticeship programs, mentoring, work-based learning to really help students rebuild the talent pipeline in this state and other states across the country. So through the experiences with my family, my volunteer work in the community, and professionally, my life really centers very heavily around education. It's something that is very important to me. It certainly is one of the reasons why I'm very eager to begin my 3rd term on the Board of Education. I feel like we have done a very good job of creating and maintaining a functional and well-working, cohesive relationship between the 7 of us that manages to incorporate many different viewpoints, and to be sure we have a lot of them. It's important to me to continue that work that I started in 2009.
Now I will present questions where you'll have 2 minutes to answer. First, what do you see as the major budget challenges for the district now that the governor's 2-year budget proposals are being worked on in the state legislature?
Well, I think, our biggest challenge as a district, and the biggest challenge for all districts across the state, of course, is lack of state funding. We're mandated by the state to provide public education for all of the students in our district, and then the state has, decreased that funding while at the same time increasing funding to private schools. So that is definitely our biggest challenge that we face.
Standardized testing and Common Core have become complex and controversial issues for school districts. If given flexibility, where do you believe the district should focus its attention on this issue?
Well, I think we at Monona Grove have been implementing Common Core for quite some time. in tandem using the ACT Aspire suite and other assessments that are aligned with Common Core standards. I think that the teachers use the results of these tests for benchmarking skill development and to inform instructional practices. And I think it's important for us to continue this work. It's very important to have a system for assessing student learning and growth, and we have one that we are very familiar with working with right now.
How do you envision yourself keeping up with the multiple constituencies in 2 different communities, including students, parents, teachers, and administrators, but also the taxpayers who are not part of these other groups?
Well, I think that's a challenge that all school board members face, and we kind of have a double whammy in Monona Grove, as we have 2 separate communities, separate by way that they're not touching. But it's something that I personally have been doing for the last 6 years, managing all of those different stakeholders. And I think that we have a lot of really good practices in our school district for having successful communication among all of our different stakeholders. To continue in that practice of good communication, we have recently started working on a communications plan to make our communication even more effective and to reach as many people as we can. That's certainly the number one goal, is to get information out to all of the large variety of different shareholders here.
What personal qualities distinguish you in this election, and why do you believe this will help make you the best representative on the board?
I think I have a lot of good qualities for a school board member. I certainly come into the meetings having done the work. I do the homework. I'm also not afraid to say that if I don't understand something, I don't get it, and I'll get the answers that I need. I'm also a very good communicator and a good manager of different viewpoints, and it's something that I have only gotten better with after serving 6 years on the board. The learning curve, to be sure, is steep once you first are elected, and it takes a while to kind of get with the swing of things. You also have to learn to grow a very thick skin, and I think after 6 years, my skin is getting pretty thick.
What one issue do you want to commit your passion and focus on during the next term on the board?
I think one of the things that is the most exciting to me is our work around our long-range facility planning. Despite the downturn in the economy over past years, there are parts of our school district that are really growing in population and projected to continue to grow dramatically in the years to come. And I think that it's going to be kind of an exciting time to right now take a kind of a snapshot of where we are facility-wise, student population-wise, needs-wise, and try to project that out into the future. And one of the things that I love about this school district is that I really wanted to move my kids here so they could have, they could learn here. And I want to leave this school district as a place where parents in the future are going to want their kids to come here too. And I think that's going to be all part of having a very mindful, forward-thinking view on the future needs of those kids who will be coming here probably when I'm going to be a grandparent.
At this time, you have 1 minute for a closing statement.
I am very eager to begin my 3rd term on the board. I feel like we have done a lot of really good work over the last 6 years that I've served on it. And to be sure, we have had challenges galore. I'm proud of that work that we've done. The budget reductions of 2010 were painful, they were brutal, and we got through it, and I'm proud of that. We've made some really difficult decisions, and it's not always fun, it's not always pretty, but it is always incredibly important. It is a work that I believe in, it's work that I love, and I look forward to continuing to put my time and energy into the school district.
Thank you. Unfortunately, we're out of time, but I want to thank you for joining us. I'd also like to thank the viewers for watching and remind everyone that Election Day is Tuesday, April 7th. Please vote. If you would like more information about voting procedures or obtaining a copy of the League's Candidates Answers publication, call the League office at 232-9447 or visit our website at lwvdanecounty.org. On behalf of the Monona Community Media and the League of Women Voters of Dane County, I thank you for joining us.